Hello, I'm Chris Leslie. This just in. It is time for a pound around right now. So hopefully wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're in a position where you can join me for a pound around right now, as it's 1:16 here on the west coast, and it might be about 4:16 back east, so you might already be at a bar getting ready to watch Monday Night Football and enjoying the happy hour. If you're back there, you might be doing that if you're on the west coast, but anyhow, yeah, good God. Okay, so from the time I got up this morning, after I flossed my teeth and brushed and shaved, of course, well, aside from just a 3-hour nauseating grocery trip, I've been trying to record the same damn song for that long ass period of time. I know you're thinking, what is wrong with you? But it was weird because it was like I was singing this song and I was like, no, that doesn't quite sound right. Maybe it's this key. I'm like, no, maybe it's this key. And I pretty much went through every single key minus like A. And then I started getting just frustrated because I actually started to suspect this from the beginning that this was like there were key changes in this song. I just had a funky feeling, and I tried to like find these key changes by looking up the tabs or whatever online, and I only found a site that like charges you, so it gives you like the first page free, and then it gives you like so it doesn't give you the rest. So I tried to like ascertain the pattern from it, and I'm almost there, but it like basically goes A minor to F to A minor to C to F, something like that. It's really confusing, and it's like really making my head spin. So I'm just curious to see here if Chris Stalker is with us, because he's our favorite pound around buddy. Let's see. I'm gonna just hit him up here. Hey, are you up for a pound around? Hey, are you up for fuck, I can't even spell. Hey, are you up for a pound around? Wow. Alright. Gee, I didn't even put a question mark in there, so that's too bad. We'll see if he gives us an acknowledgement. And let me see. I wonder who our viewers are, because I can definitely see people out there tuned in. So this is just going to be a brief afternoon little show, not too long. What I hope to do is maybe broadcast for a little while, and then after that maybe go somewhere, I don't know where, and get some sort of exercise, and then come back here and just kind of shoot the breeze during the Seahawks Monday Night Football game right now, big guy. Whoa, okay, I can't do this whole Skype thing. Let me just get him on Facebook. This might take me a while, so you don't get upset by my retardedness, for lack of a better word. Where's right now, fuck, RIGHNOW. I'm doing a little afternoon. I'm doing a little afternoon after. Whoa, Jesus Christ, a little afternoon. Fuck. Afternoon broadcast. I'm not drunk either. Hurry up, I'm getting a little anxious. And this is dude, this is bigger than a pounder round, I think. Because a pounder glass is what, like 8 ounces? I have like a 16 ounce. 16 ounce can of Red Bull. Red Bull. That's like 2 pounders, huh? That's like 2 pounders, huh? Huh. He might just be on it on his phone. That's the thing. So if you're not in a place where you can, don't worry. I'll do one for both of us. If you're not in a place where you can, I'll do one for both of us. For both of us. I should have said each of us, but I'm not really stressing on the grammar. See, there's a time and a place for stringent grammar. We'll talk about that a little later when we tie all this in with the University of Phoenix. I'm just watching also. There's must be, what the fuck? Someone that I'm friends with on Facebook, like the Dexter Show, says there are worse secrets you can have. Deb, just saying maybe you should keep an open mind. Dash Dexter, whatever the fuck that means. How long are you gonna be broadcasting? I have to finish up some work, then I can tune in. Yep, that would be a 2-pound round. Okay. Okay, cool. Probably an hour or so, and then again, and then again during Monday night game. Fuck. Probably hour or so, and again during Monday night game. Again. Monday night game. Alright. So, here we go. Here comes the pounder round. And this is a double dually. Okay, do I have a stopwatch function? I think I do. So let me just check. I want to time myself. You cannot let the temperature deviate from where it's meant to be too much, or else it's just no good. So hold on. Tools. Calculator, tip calculator, calendar, alarm clock, info search, stopwatch. Alright. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, fuck. That double. Shit, that kills. Ugh. Soccer would be disappointed. Can't even get a pure burp off of this. That was poopy. 38.4. Ooh, fuck. I think I'm gonna vomit. Ooh. Just in case. God, that was sick. Ugh. God damn it. Alright. That was a pound round. I know that when he and I do like a single pound round together, it doesn't take that long, but obviously like it doesn't take 16 seconds or let's say 19 seconds to do one of these, do half of this. But I got stuck in the middle, and I start getting like foaming at the mouth like a rabid dog. And so I had to like take a kind of like a halftime. So I don't know. That seems to be like the kind of day this is. Yeah, Stalker is very happy. He thought it was humorous that took 38.4. During the Monday Night Football game, we'll do another pound around, and try to shave some seconds off of that time. I'm curious to see. Ooh, fuck. I'm curious to see what Stalker could have done that in. But then again, he's a veteran of pounding energy drinks, especially during the pound around. So I'm guessing he would have just used a different strategy. Whereas I basically tried to pound that as if it was just one. And then by the time I got to capacity in my esophagus and throat and anus, I didn't have any more capacity, and so I was just like, bleh. Which the key is on a bigger one like that, you just gotta go. I think it's like you gotta just kind of go more slow and steady, rather than just boom. Okay, it's a difference between like an intermediate race and like a sprint. That's the best way I can classify it. So, say like this is like a 100 meter versus a 400 meter. Oh God, that's just so nasty. Didn't work. Okay. Strategery. You don't want to give people too many poorly spelled words. Sometimes they take that as a sign of disrespect when it's not really. It's just a sign of your own. I don't know. Ineptitude. Ugh. God damn. That was fucking. Ugh. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. Alright. Now, it's time to. I don't know about this. I'm not gonna save that recording either. Alright. It's time to go to my University of Phoenix website just to see what my cunty learning team is up to. Just to give you a little background on this story, basically, I was, I have a general protocol that I adhere to when I'm in a learning team. I'm what I would say overly respectful, overly nice, overly whatever you want to call it to people in the learning team. And I started out that way in this one too. And we're finishing the first learning team assignment, and it's like, uh-oh, who's this? Wouldn't you know it? Stopped in my tracks. Still I sprint, but you gotta have gas at the end. Precisely. I figured you knew that. That's comment from Stalker. He's like, right, still a sprint, but you gotta have gas at the end. Precisely. I figured you knew that. Now I do. Now I do. Alright. So, anyhow, as I get back into this University of Phoenix story, we're at the very end of the assignment, and this guy in the group starts we're done with the assignment, and this guy is like pretty much being just extremely just nitpicky, not even nitpicky, but basically a ham and egger about the assignment. Meaning, how do I put this? Someone who has not that much skill wants to just be over-inclusive in what they provide in the assignment because they don't have confidence in their ability to know what that is. And they're kind of a kiss ass on top of it. This was kind of like this guy. So he wanted to be like overly repetitive and redundant when it didn't need to be. And anyhow, I let his first kind of, and he was very snide in the way that he expressed himself. And the first comment I kind of like let slide a little bit, but then the second comment I was just, okay, no. Because he was trying to, because he made a comment about the way he wanted the paper structured. I gotta just read you the thread rather than trying to paraphrase it. That's actually being more inefficient. So, just a second. Alright. Alright. And we got further down here, but you'll see what I mean. And maybe you won't, but I'll do my best to illustrate it to you. And if you don't, then maybe you're like this guy. Let's see. Alright. Alright. So, also, my responsibility on this assignment was to compile and edit the assignment, and then also to write the introduction and conclusion. Okay. Oh yeah. Alright. Let's see here. Where is it? Oh yeah. Well, what'd he say? Oh yeah, he says, I don't see a clear intro or conclusion. The intro should cover what the paper talks about, preferably covering the things in the order in which they appear in the document. And the paper should talk about what was indicated in the intro, and then the conclusion should cover what was covered. Really? Thanks for the update, Captain Obvious. Oh yeah, and then what else does it say? Oh, yes, it says another thing. Perhaps giving each section a heading would break up the paper into a more readable document, allowing the reader to see the transitions and thoughts, proposition, blah 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 blah. So, oh yeah, and it says including the conclusion and summary. So, anyways, this is where I started to take some issue, because I don't care if this sounds arrogant or not, but there are pretty much only one group of people in the world that are better writers than me. It doesn't matter what it is, and that is quite simply those who are published. I don't care if that means published songwriters, published screenwriters, published authors, published researchers. It doesn't matter. But anyhow, you get my general gist. Those are like the only people who are better writers than I am. Okay? I was a philosophy major in undergrad. I've always been a good writer. I've been to law school. I've also done an extensive amount of grad school, so I know how to write back and forth and apply in how to write in whatever suitable arena I'm writing in and for the suitable audience. And I'm pretty damn creative. Like, I'm the Ron Harper of writing, the Joe Nash of writing, the George Brett, the Quentin Tarantino of writing, the Dennis Hopper, the Paul Thomas. You get the gist. Anyways, this asshole is basically trying to insinuate that there isn't a clear intro and conclusion, which is pretty much nonsense, because there was an absolutely clear conclusion and a clear introduction and a clear conclusion. However, one of the things about being a writer who is above a ham and egger level is that when you present your introduction, you touch upon what's going to be covered in the paper, but you don't start giving a narrative play-by-play of like, this is a paper for dummies type of, you subtly introduce your topic in a way that flows and that is coherent and that prepares the reader for what is in store, without giving them a miniaturized rendition of the paper, because that's what they're going to be reading. You kind of get my gist. Conclusion, same thing. You just pretty much recap. Think of it like a closing argument, okay? A lawyer's presenting their case. Point A, point B, point C, point D, okay? You briefly paraphrase those points into a complete paragraph that summarizes the essence and the point and conclusion of the paper all in one. But the thing is that when you're doing these things, it looks better and is actually shows a higher level of proficiency if you can do that without having to fucking roadmap it out. Like, here, see this, see that. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. It's going to have readability because it's going to be divided section by section, because you'll see it, paragraphs. And then this, it's readability in that sense, but it's subtlety, because it's like there's some things you don't need to state. Anyways, just to appease this little ham and egger, I went ahead and conceded on that part. I've made some revisions, and I believe, and I've put headings in for each section. However, I did not label the introduction or conclusion sections, as I believe that is amateur hour, especially for graduate level work. Please take a look, and unless there's something wrong, I will post. So, because he's been pretty snide up to this point, so then listen to this. This is where it gets good. Okay. This guy throws what I would call as a hissy fit after this. Alright, what's he say? For you, Christopher, I have to take the time to think of something such as the file name that you put up for the paper when you type it out and then post it. Like you have, then there's a problem somewhere. Since you did it publicly, then I will speak of it publicly. What you have named the file is not a mistake, as a slip in typing. It is a choice that you have made, directly and consciously. First, these are publicly accessible forums. I do not want my name or anything like that, what you have put. The poor choice of wording on the file name reflects very badly on you. Okay, blah blah blah. He's bitching because I saved the document. It's not, he's wrong as far as how it can be viewed in the forum. That's just how I saved the document. The reader wouldn't see that. It's not like that's the title of the paper. But anyways, I saved it as something like final fucking draft. And so he's just bitching about this and just whining, going on and on. Oh, and then you can tell he gets a little bit butthurt about my amateur hour comment, because he says, what does it say? And it says, Where does he talk about amateur hour? Oh yeah, he says, you spoke of something being amateur in your response here. I'd suggest that you look at your actions, understand that you have done does not even rank as amateur, but I'll let the others decide if I'm overreaching or not. Okay, so this guy is, oh God, a little bitch. Because first of all, I had to spend the damn time of reading the fucking slop that these fucking illiterate mongrels sent to me, which was awful. And I had to try and somehow, without completely rewriting the paper myself, try to turn this pile of slop shit that was given to me by the various team members into something that was readable, legible, and, you know, you get the drift. So then for this asshole to say that really kind of ruffled my feathers the wrong way. So I let him know about it. Listen here, you little shit. I didn't ask to be put on the team with you. I can already tell by your whiny messages that you are a little bitch. There's one thing I will not tolerate, and it is whiny little nitpickers who complain because they have nothing better to do. So here's what I suggest. From now until the rest of the quarter, bite your tongue, and I will do the same. Otherwise, you can go fuck yourself, and I will not hesitate to express myself. Got it? Question mark. This guy's probably not younger than me, but I just felt like calling him a little shit anyways. Of course, he just goes into another long, whiny, fucking rant about my goals are to turn in the highest quality work that we as a team can turn in, blah, 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 blah. And to make a long story short, I don't know the other gals on the learning team, but I have a feeling like he's like their little girlfriend, kind of like leader. And so, because like they've all been on the same team before, I haven't been on their team before, and so they're all pretty much just stepping to his beat. I agree with Tim, I agree with her, but whatever. Anyways, so we had another assignment that was that's due today, and it's just the whole assignment's only like a 1-page learning team assignment, and then there's some other good rebuttals that I have, but you get the general idea. Well, yeah, actually I will, if I can, I'll read you, I think, what is one of my last responses to this jackass. Let's see, right here, this should have it. Wait. Okay. If you have issue with the quality of the work, then maybe you should make an effort to improve your writing skills. I did what I could with what I was given. If you like, I will do the remaining team assignments without any of your involvement, and there will be no quality issues. Regardless of your personal opinion towards me, your grade can only benefit by my presence. Trust me. Tim, I didn't mean, well, that doesn't matter, first name, Tim. I'm not sure what you are referring to regarding my attitude in other places, because he made some reference about how you have a bad attitude in here and other places where he wouldn't have any idea who I was in the class or outside of the class. But in any case, this class is relevant. Anything outside of it is not. Your need to introduce non-germane issues illustrates the kind of person you are, a finger pointer. As far as my ability to control my tongue, that has not changed. The statements I made towards you had nothing to do with a lack of control. That was a completely conscious decision. The fact that I did not completely call you out for what you are demonstrates a significant amount of self-control. So I am going to do what I need to in order to get a good grade in the course, and I am not going to tolerate any petty nonsense. And if I feel the need to express myself, I certainly will. For those team members that have any issue with my comments towards Tim, I do not care. I am a kind and respectful person, but I will not take unnecessary and unwarranted crap. So if you are worried about your grade, then I suggest you focus on doing your job, because none of you are in any position to question the quality of my work. Anyways, So I'm sure there was some more blah blah, but that pretty much. So now let's go. I submitted my portion of the team assignment last night, and I just cannot wait to see what these jackasses have to say about it. Okay. Thank Christopher. Okay, wasn't the guy I had the feud with, but somebody wrote thank Christopher. Yeah, Mom, why don't you just do it? Put a little S at the end there. You see what I'm saying? Next. Okay, well, I got a thanks, and looks like Wiener Boy hasn't weighed in on that yet, so I can't wait to hear his thoughtful feedback. So I think for now that should be alright. Let's see. No, I'm just gonna check one more thing. Oh, here we go. God, I hate these threads. Okay. Sorry. My mistake. The team forum. Excuse me while I type out an email. Okay. Okay. There we go. Thanks again. Alright. Let's see. Let's blow this up just to make sure there's no surprises. Alright, cool. Alright, good. Okay. Done. I think we are all fine and dandy. Let's see. What's this say? Oh, fuck. Oh. Jesus. Promise I'll wrap this up shortly. You mentioned that I don't want to. You mentioned that you had. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Okay. So that's that. So for right now, I can X the fuck out of this forum, thankfully. Let's see here. Wow. Alright. I have a new... Oh, I don't need to do it there. Hello? I think, too, if I was a little bit industrious, I could somehow figure out how to use those headphones for Skyping, and then that would be a nice, easy way for viewers to talk, call in and whatever while on Facebook. But the problem with that is that the headphones, they fuck up my other sound profiles. So I don't know. But then again, I'm almost thinking that during the doing karaoke on here, it kind of is a it's kind of a catch-22, because it's not something that it sounds very good when it comes across the audio, when it comes across in the Facebook. And I'm actually saying that when I've actually sang something very well, but it still sounds like dog doo. Alright. So like, even if I played just music in that same sort of I don't, you know what I'm saying, in the same kind of sequence, it would still sound bad. Okay, now I want to check on I just need to get something to like refresh my memory here real quick for my little short topic that I wanted to address, and so then we can get into it, you know. Alright. I bet we're just killing the goddamn bandwidth now. Let's see. Please just give me a goddamn simple list of fucking names. I don't need all the damn dirty details. I don't, that's not what, okay. I'm just gonna write down, alright. I can do it. I don't need the damn research, so hold on. I'm just going to write down the note in my head. Or pull the information from my head, and that would be an easier way. I'll do it in like the order. Jose. Oh yeah, don't want to forget this guy. God, I might have missed the two most important ones too. So let's see. Oh yeah, the rocket. Okay, cool. I don't need to get into like the nitty-gritty details on this subject. I just kind of want to give you guys my opinion, and you're welcome to weigh in. So, wait a minute. There we go. I think, yeah. I'm having a change of heart. Almost done. Alright. Okay. So, as I just posted, I'm having a change of heart about the whole steroid scandal in Major League Baseball. I've been a baseball fan, real long time. I mean, shit. I started playing t-ball when I was like 6, and pretty much from that time, if not earlier, I was a fan of the Mariners. And anyways, I've been a fan of baseball for quite a while, and I recall, like, during the 1986 season, like maybe towards the end of spring training, just before the beginning of the 1986 season, I saw something I never ever seen in baseball before. Not like just an anomaly. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And that was Jose Canseco. I remember seeing that guy with the first time I saw him go taking at bat in a televised spring training game, and I remember thinking, holy shit. I mean, like, Jesus, this guy's biceps were like probably, no exaggeration, from right here on me, probably out to here. Not even kidding. And it's like, wow. I'd watched baseball for quite a few years. I'd seen some big guys, some big sluggers come up, like Reggie Jackson, Dave Henderson, maybe a little bit of Dave Parker, maybe a little bit of Dave Kingman, big dudes, that Kent Herbeck, and when I saw Jose Canseco, I was like, holy shit. Like, he didn't even look human. And I don't mean that like in a grotesque sort of way. I mean that in like, he looked like a god. Like a god. That's just like how he looked, like he was built. Like he made, I don't know, man. It just, he was just an amazingly put together athlete. And I remember Dave Niehaus, the Mariners then broadcaster, play-by-play broadcaster, commented on his arms, and he said, just check out the arms on this young man. And that was like the first player that I noticed, was clearly different than any other baseball player I'd ever seen before in my entire life. And the funny thing is that he was a rookie that year, so he had never even done a damn thing in Major League Baseball prior to that year. And I don't exactly remember what his numbers were, but I want to say he hit over 40 home runs, which back in those days was just unheard of. And he just, for a kid in his rookie year who had prior to that had not really been known, he made a name for himself rapidly. Then, the next guy, of course, that really, really like, you took notice of, or I took notice of, was Mark McGwire, who shortly became his teammate, like maybe a year after Jose Canseco busted onto the scene. I think maybe McGwire and Canseco, Canseco and McGwire may have been back-to-back Rookie of the Years, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like, man, the Oakland A's back then were a powerhouse. Jeez, I don't even know how to describe it. And that was in the days when you didn't have a wild card in baseball. So one team won the West, one team won the East. There were 7 teams in each division. Winner of each division played winner of each division played winner of other division. Winner of that went to the World Series. So it was like an automatic league championship series. But anyways, they were a team. And then now that I look back on it, I suspect that it's not like Canseco and McGwire were the only ones taking roids. I mean, there's not proof. This is just my own speculation. But guys like Dave Stewart, guys like Dennis Eckersley, guys like Bob Welch, they're just guys that who became just dominant pitchers on the Oakland A's staff, who had been some of them had been like wash-ups and retreads, and other places in their careers. All of a sudden, they just got this rejuvenation in Oakland. So that was when I first started noticing it. Of course, I didn't have any clue at the time, being like a 10-year-old kid, that it was roids. I'd heard of roids, but you could associate that more with like big, huge football players, not necessarily baseball players. At least that was my ignorant perspective at the time. But then anyways, then kind of looking back on it though, you can kind of see how it wasn't just the A's. It was all over the league. I mean, there were guys like Pat Sheridan, who's kind of a no-name utility player for the Detroit Tigers. I remember he was one of those just scrawny guys that couldn't hit his weight, and then all of a sudden he was just all buffed out, and they had made a comment about how he gained 20 pounds of muscle in the off season, and he was all of a sudden starting to hit home runs, and it was just like, wow, that's crazy. Never seen that happen before. So all kinds of little examples of that. But anyways, some of the major players that ended up being involved in the scandal, of course, Canseco, McGwire, Palmeiro, Barry Bonds, the Rocket, Roger Clemens, Alex Rodriguez. There's rumors, I don't know if there's any proof, maybe there was. Kim Caminetti, obviously. Brett Boone is questionable. Sammy Sosa, questionable. Plenty of others. These are just some names that popped in my head, but I was never really all that down on the guys in the first place that took roids. But there were a few people that I kind of had issue with. One being McGwire, Palmeiro, Bonds, and Roger Clemens. Those guys, I thought they were, what freaking audacity to just go in front of a grand jury, sit in front of Congress, and just blatantly, indignantly lie, like, oh my God, I never did that. How dare you question me, blah, 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 blah. When you know that you did, and it was, whose intelligence are you insulting? And it actually came out later that they actually did. So I suppose for the last few years, I might have had like a kind of a unfavorable view towards those guys because of that, as far as the way that they, vehemently protested their innocence when they were guilty. But then, after thinking about it and having some time to kind of like reflect on it a little bit, I don't feel that way anymore, because for one thing, it's not as if those guys just all on their own decided, hey, let's do roids. everything is connected. The fans encouraged it. The owners encouraged it. And then, so think of it this way. So, like, these guys are doing roids, and there was definitely a period of time where it had to be pretty damn obvious that it was going on, and Major League Baseball didn't even have a testing policy. So, you got to figure that was kind of a way of sanctioning it. And then all of a sudden, damn assholes, George Bush wants to get involved and, like, come down on steroids, and it's some big harmful thing, and it's bad, and ooh, it's evil, it's like drugs, and and so all of a sudden there's just all this uproar, and steroids just get turned into this big, like, oh my god, it's such a bad thing, kind of like the marijuana was vilified back whenever the fuck that was. It's kind of the same thing. It's like all of a sudden these little dumb ninny hammerniggers all decide, oh my god, steroids are so bad, blah blah blah, So then it goes from something that's kind of tolerated, let's say, to something that's just absolutely just the scourge of anything. So thinking about it like that, it's like, wow, well, becoming one of these beloved stars, making all this money, being like, where all these guys were, and then all of a sudden to basically have like a bullseye on your back and everybody's coming after you. I mean, it's like, what in the hell would anyone else have done in that position? Honestly, anyone else in that position, would they have like honestly been honest about that and said, I took steroids, yeah, you got me? No, because first of all, what are they supposed to do? Incriminate themselves? Maybe they had immunity, I'm not sure, but that nobody would have had the guts to come clean on that. So I was thinking to myself, I don't see why we could hold those guys to that much of a higher or unrealistic standard than anyone else could be held to. And I think it's kind of hypocritical how our society on the one hand, applauds and celebrates these guys while they're doing the sauce, and then all of a sudden there just is like this witch hunt about it, and then these guys, what are they supposed to do? So I kind of feel bad for those guys, and I kind of feel bad that by the way they were kind of persecuted, because it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't have the medical research or anything like that in front of me, but if I felt like it, I could go dig it up and prove that basically moderate steroid use doesn't really harm anyone. A lot of the stuff you hear about it, it's hysteria, just like anything else. It's fear-based. So anyways, for the record, I've never done roids, but I really wish that I would have. And now that I'm getting older, if I'm ever in a position where I could afford it, I probably would, just because it's not a bad thing for guys to do as they get older. I mean, look at freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger. Didn't hurt him. Anyways, that's just kind of like my opinion on the baseball scandal and the whole roid issue. I think the people that kind of were behind that were, I mean, I know that, what's his name? Sam Nunn or something like that. He was a Democrat, I think, that one of the lead guys, but that whole time frame pretty much reminds me of the whole Ken Starr vendetta, we're gonna bring somebody down type era that was associated with that time frame, even though Starr is like a Republican. And I think it's just crap. I think that like people should be a little bit smarter and more educated to where they don't just feed into the stupid frenzy of fear and hype. But the steroid scandal, I think, demonstrates the hypocrisy and stupidity of many of our citizens and leaders here in the United States of America. And that's my take on the steroid scandal in baseball. So, if anyone has anything they would like to add, feel free. If you would like to comment or tell me that I'm full of crap and how these guys ruined the game and all this kind of stuff, feel free. I'd be more than happy to engage in a friendly debate with you. I promise I won't abuse you like I did poor Tim, because as long as we abide by, you know, a few ground rules to where we engage in a respectful dialogue, then I don't care what your view is, even if it's completely the opposite of mine. I will always afford anyone the respect that they deserve. It's just when they start crossing their lines and boundaries that I feel shouldn't be crossed, then I have to do something about it. So I don't even know exactly how I got onto this topic. I remember I was thinking about how, yeah, because I was watching a football game, a college football game. I believe it was the maybe it was a could it I was gonna say Big 12 championship, but that was Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. So maybe it wasn't. I don't know what it was, but it was Texas against Baylor, and I think they showed like Roger Clemens on the sideline wearing his like Texas pullover, and I remember thinking, he used to be a kind of a pariah. And then I was like thinking about it. I was like, well, good. I'm glad that he's not anymore. I'm glad that like you can get a network showing him on camera and like giving him his props, man. Fuck it. He's like one of the best pitchers ever in Major League Baseball, and I don't give a shit how many roids he did. That is not gonna change my opinion of him as a baseball player, nor any of these other guys. Frankly, I don't, because Roger Clemens was an insane workaholic and busted his ass and pitched like a lot longer and later into his career than any other guys ever did, and he was a damn near dominant force that whole time. So I'm not gonna hate on Roger Clemens at all, and I remember thinking about it when I saw him on the sidelines rooting for Texas and thinking kind of like, good for him. And then I started thinking about his just indignation when he was interviewed by Congress, and I was thinking, ha ha ha. It kind of made me actually like him and applaud him and say, good for you for like saying, fuck you. Who are you to ask me that? Really, who were they to ask him that? In my opinion, it was none of their goddamn business. Okay, first of all, these guys weren't caught with any steroids. They weren't. Busted like purchasing them or trying to set up a deal or anything like that. So I mean, like, it'd be the kind of the equivalent as if like, well, some guy that works at like Boeing or Microsoft is like, been a recreational cocaine or heroin user in the past, and somehow the authorities got wind of it, and although they never had any actual evidence of him using like drugs or drugs in his system, all they had was just hearsay of people who maybe saw him or heard him do it. You would never have the right to get somebody on a goddamn witness stand and interrogate them like that. Ridiculous. So I think I pretty much articulated my point. Let's see if there's anyone out there that cares to get into this. If you happen to catch this later when it's not live, feel free to just send me a message and reply, giving me your perspective, and I can read it on the air later. So, okay, where are we at here? Damn it. Do I want to try and sing that damn song one more time with all the fucking key changes? Man, I might try it, but I gotta like look at that little cheat sheet one more time, because it's like it's like it's confusing. So it's like, first part, A minor, then F, do 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 do, and then so A minor, F, A minor, F. Oh shit! No wonder. So it's actually, okay, that makes, okay, so it's, I'm just going to see before I attempt this if there's an actual pattern. I'm not experienced in music or reading music at all, so trying to catch this from a sheet music for a non-trained music person is fucking confusing. So let's see here. You know, A minor, F, Revelation, A minor, and little girls from Sweden dream of, and then F, silver screen quotations, and then C. So it's like, psychic spies from China, F, try to steal your mind's elation, and then, and little girls from Sweden, and then F, dream of silver screen quotations, and then C, and if you want these kind of dreams, it's Californication, which, oh, if you want these kind of dreams is C, and then it's Californication is F. So then let's see. So it's the edge of the world, and okay, and all the Western civilization, and then the sun may rise in the east, at least it. Settles in a fine location. Okay. Fuck, this is confusing. I don't even know this. Sun may rise. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. I think I might be able to do this with the A minor F, C, F. Let's give it a whirl. And if I do it decently, then we will maybe say that's it for this hour, because 3 hours from now, some Monday Night Football. I want to broadcast for that, but I got to get some sort of goddamn exercise in some way, goddamn way, shape, or form. So hold on. Alright. Check, 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 check. Alright. A minor. Which is not quite A, but it's not quite B. And that's my vulgar interpretation. And when I sing, that is amateur hour. But not when I write. Try to steal my relation. Rooted out from shooting, dream of silver screen quotations. Need to want these kind of dreams, it's Californication. It's an edge of the world and all of Western civilization. Somewhere out in the east, at least it's a little fine location. Close to the Hollywood, it's a Californication. Constellation, genius bound to be southern California. travel from station to station. Everyone's not far away, it's Californication. Hard to go from street to street. You hear I'm just kind of guessing. Rolling by those stations, total population. Everybody's been on vacation. Just going to close. Records on close. Real Californication. Real Californication. Real Californication. Real Californication. C-section before they perfected the process. Awful. Maybe that'll help. It feels good. I rate myself, punish myself, I'm a badass. None of it doesn't help. Okay. I think I got this part, at least. Such a miracle day of cold and it also vacation. Look what's out here, girl, get tired, it's just another big vibration. Tired to say well from Californication. Hey, baby, California. Like there is no touch, this is what's trading. Let's only close. Our place of cold. Real Californication. Real Californication. Real Californication. Alright, so I'm only given like an initial pattern on that song as to where I'm supposed to be, and so it's kind of like my guess as far as the A minor, F, and then C, and that's only just me trying to like guess based on what it is in the beginning. So there may be a few parts where it changes and I'm not hitting it, because there seems like there's a couple places where I'm doing C and it's not right. It's not what it should be. But anyways, I'm not going to take you through this painful scrutinization of this song. No, that's not what I'm going to do. What I will do is I'm going to go ahead and just save this recording, and then I will just sing another song to kind of go out and conclude the afternoon broadcast, because it's like 2:26 right now, so we got like 3 hours till Monday Night Football, and so I'm going to try to find some exercise and adventure between now and then come back to you for the evening broadcast, and of course try and redeem myself from that absolutely pathetic performance in the pound around. But as you heard from Mr. Stalker, my suspicion was correct. It's kind of like, well, it's a different race. It's a sprint, but a different kind of sprint. I went in trying to do the 100-meter, inappropriate style and strategy. I suspect a much better result this evening, so you'll want to stick around and stay tuned for that. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and save this for now, and we'll listen to this later to see how this came out. I'm writing comments. I don't want to write comments. This song is but I'm doing it anyway. It's baffling me. How do you? Come on. There we go. I know one guy who I don't think did steroids. Speaking of which, you'll hear that once I finish this little cute comment. Yeah, I said it was cute because it is kind of a cute comment. Not that that's what I was shooting for. I was shooting for more like clever, but not cute. But sometimes you just have no control of what you end up with. Alright. Maybe an exclamation point. That's what I do instead of an LOL. Alright. This song is baffling me worse than a Jamie Moyer changeup. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Save the picture. Okay. And save the recording. And then we are going to sing you out with what is our... It may not be our intro theme song, but it might be our outro theme song. Because I just discovered it last night. And it is the best song ever. I have a feeling. Okay, here we go. Wish I knew what key this was in too, but who cares? This doesn't really matter. This is just more fun. So, thanks for tuning in. We will see you again. Let's see, at I'll say anywhere between 5:15 and 5:30 for the Monday Night Football chit chat. And bring your beverage of choice, bring your thought and wisdom, and bring your appetite for fun, laughs, and entertainment. This is us saying goodbye. Thanks for tuning in to the afternoon edition of the Chris Leslie Show here on the CALX Network. Look forward to seeing you tonight for the evening edition of the Chris Leslie Show. Same time. No. Different time. Same place. You get it. Without further ado, here's our goodbye song. America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day. Yeah, America, fuck yeah! Terrorist, your game is through, 'cause now we have your answer to America, fuck yeah! Lick my butt and suck on my balls. America, fuck yeah! What you gonna do when they come for you now? through, Walmart, and Gap, baseball, NFL, rock and roll, the internet, slavery. Fuck yeah! Starbucks, Disney World, Porno, Value, Reeboks, Fake Kicks, Sushi, Taco Bell, Rodeo, Bed Bath & Beyond, Liberty, Wax Lips, Alamo, Band-Aids, Las Vegas, Christmas, Immigrant, Popeye, Democrat, Rubber King, sportsmanship, good.